fact, I'm muting the TV. Figured.
Okay, so 2 of us are here.
Figured now that you guys have mass wealth, we would play around with it a little.
You're the DM, honey.
I know. It'd be fun to see, basically put you guys in situations like start a dungeon crawl and her just goes, I'm buying you, I'm buying you, I'm buying you, fuck you, I'm buying you.
I don't know if that's possible.
The goblin. What?
Every monster in there that doesn't know the meaning of money.
Raw. Huh?
Look, shinies.
Huh?
You want the shinies? You come with me.
Confused grunt.
And there's Mitsu. That makes 3.
Hello.
There's sneeze in ice.
What?
The whole shtick around Andros. They sneeze and they teleport.
Oh yeah.
There's a sneeze, and I am here.
So now that the party has a ridiculous amount of vast wealth, what do you say we get into some mischief and fuck shit up?
Uh-oh.
How's that sound?
I don't know.
Slowly looks at the bringer of destruction called Andros. Oh no.
Anybody want to buy Cthulhu or an archdemon?
I don't know if that's possible.
Maybe have
How
ice
dull
cream?
it is.
Oh my god. I just suddenly imagined this crazy ass version of Wheel of Fortune. I'd like to buy an archdemon.
Ha! You have summoned me. I will now take... Where the hell am I?
Andros immediately hugs it.
Pretty much. I enjoy the bullshit you guys are getting into. It's so hilarious. So, all in favor of sacking a town, then buying it to rebuild it in their image,
We
say
kind
aye.
of have already done that.
Didn't we already do that last episode?
That's exactly what I was saying. Like, we've already done that.
Okay.
Chester, no. So, considering we just have to just go about a regular campaign and bullshit like this keeps happening, just saying.
Sure.
What is up with your dog?
Hold on, people are here.
Okay, for a second there, I was like, oh no, we're not working. But no, we're working.
You might want this.
Ooh, sandwiches.
These are for me.
Oh.
You're getting warm food. Or hot food. Like in a cafeteria. I get the sandwiches all the time, and you always get the hot food.
What if I want a sandwich too?
I forbid it.
Why?
Because you're getting hot food. I've been wanting the broccoli cheddar thing forever.
Then eat it.
No, I'm making that for you because you like broccoli cheddar too.
You like it more than I do.
So what? 2 sandwiches for you and 1 sandwich for me and the broccoli cheddar for me?
I'll take as many sandwiches as you'll make me.
Keep it up and this goes on
I'll survive. Come on, honey, you're supposed to be running this game.
Oh, are they waiting on me?
Yes, we're waiting on you.
Oh, okay. So, did you guys set out on an adventure last time? I don't recall.
We were headed to the descendant of Fandria's kingdom.
Oh, right. You guys
Because they wanted to do, like, trade systems and shit with our new kingdom. Which is being run by Boy King, who has no name.
I'm gonna call him King Hollander, just because it sticks with the theme.
Okay, King Hollander.
Sounds pretty close.
King Hollandaise, got it.
Sure, he's a dessert.
Hollandaise is a sauce,
So
not a dessert.
So you're saying he's saucy?
I'm sure he could be.
Just don't eat it.
Yeah, no.
Anyways, explain the physics of that.
Are you gonna have to turn that off so that you can focus?
Actually, I'm staring at the fire horse thinking. Oh, I know. Large river.
We have to get over a large river?
Yep.
I can change and fly over it.
You can. What about the rest of them?
I mean,
you guys come
Andros has floating disc. They can just sit on it and float.
On the road to the kingdom of Fandria, you guys have to cross a half-a-mile wide river.
Is there a bridge? Let me guess, no.
No, but there's a boatman on a boat.
See, we'll just take the boat.
And the name of the boat is the Unicorn.
We'll just show him a few gold coins and be like, we need to get across the river.
It's like a Viking longboat, except it's got a unicorn head on the front.
Okay.
And the man has half his head is shaved.
Okay, there's suddenly Vikings in our world now.
Oh no, he's just an alcoholic and lost a bet.
I have a question.
What?
I have a serious question. How far across is the river?
Half a mile wide.
What?
Half a mile wide.
Oh, that's too far.
I said there was a Viking-style longship with a unicorn head on. And he's a ferryman. He ferries people to the other side.
Yeah, but you have to pay him for it.
Yes.
Like I said, we walk up to him, I give him a few coins, take us across the river.
Okay. He has a unicorn tattoo.
Good for him. I'm pretty sure he's gay. Now let's go.
No. So
he got it to honor his daughter.
I have a certain request I'd like to ask the DM.
If it involves anything magical, be wary. What's up?
It does.
Of course it does.
Okay, what?
I would like to use Find Familiar, but there's a specific familiar I want.
And what's that?
And it's not on the list. I want an awakened shrub that's a weed plant as my familiar.
What?
I think that's kind of cute.
It's CR0. It can't do anything. I just think it would be hilarious for thematic reasons.
On one condition. Unlike Groot, you name it Greed.
No, his name is Weedy.
Weedy?
Weedy. Because it's a weed plant. I mean, if anything, we can just find a weed plant, I can awaken it, and then Andros...
she has all these spells now.
And then Andros can just find familiar on it, and bam, familiar.
Well, no, the point of Find Familiar is I summon it.
Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot.
Okay.
And it is technically immortal.
Fine.
It has been allowed.
Yay. Its only usable ability is quite literally false appearance.
Oh, I can't have that over here.
So if it's not moving, it's just a random weed plant.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all its ability is.
Okay.
It can't even attack.
That's funny.
It's a little weed plant that sits on top of her head alongside the pseudo dragon.
The fairy dragon.
Fairy dragon. There we go.
Okay, sure. You can have a weed plant.
Yay, I hold it in my hands in a little pot, so it looks like a little weed plant I carry everywhere.
Okay. I thought maybe you would use your little, like, smoke platform thing.
Oh, no. I will be doing that as well. It's just, I carry it in a little pot.
You know, you could probably make it across this river on your smoke platform.
Oh, no. It'll be this little potted plant in the middle of a big-ass floating platform.
I know, we're taking the boat.
Okay. Hello.
I spend time to also summon a phantom steed.
A phantom steed?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because I have a spell for it.
Okay.
Okay, so we're also taking a phantom steed on the boat.
I don't know if the boat's big enough for that. Didn't really.
Well, the phantom steed is a summon that only lasts for an hour.
Yeah, I don't know how long it'll take to get.
So she summoned it and goes, "Here goes Pony."
Here goes Pony, come here.
Exactly. That's exactly what I pictured.
I start like lifting up coiled rope, looking under it and everything during the ritual.
I have a feeling her ghost pony's literally going to be made out of more weed vapor.
Actually,
it probably forms. It's just a regular horse. All the equipment is just weed themed. It's all made out of hemp.
Alright. So the guy just nonchalantly takes 10 gold from you guys, lets you guys on the boat.
I'll take it out of mine.
At this point, do you even need to count?
I mean, I put 1 million on my sheet just to max my sheet out because I
We have so much more than 1 million.
I know. I couldn't fit the whole amount that I have on the sheet. I can't.
You know what? 1 million is just your pocket money.
Yeah, 1 million is my constant pocket money.
You have a pocket of holding.
Well, I have no encumbrance on, so I don't give a shit.
No, I'm saying
you have a credit card.
Yeah.
You have a literal golden credit card.
But it's only golden plating. It's actually made of diamond.
And I'm not even gonna take that off. I'm just gonna keep that on there.
So what do we do?
Do you guys want to get on the boat, or what do you want to do?
I thought we were.
Yeah, we're on the boat. We're headed across the river.
Okay.
I play. After I summon my horse, I sit there and I just play house with all my animals.
Summons tea set.
Okay, Mr. Horse, you be the daddy, and Weedy here will be the mommy.
What's Nick doing? Because he hasn't said a thing.
I don't know. Nick is probably writing notes about us.
Yes, he's
constantly writing notes.
Making notes about these
Nick's notes for Andros. All it says is Andros, batshit crazy.
Well, he has been sitting there trying to figure out what she is, possibly eldritch, possibly celestial.
Those are supposed to be what I put on your sandwich.
He's more focused on figuring out what the fuck is this than why.
Apparently his notes are about Andros and these potential fighting unicorn allies. if I could.
Viking unicorn allies. Only in D&D.
Could get enough. Could meet enough of that. We could get us a constant transportation service or potential trade. This is good. You just sitting there taking notes and ideas.
So, Mr. Never said his name. Is he's smoking a common pipe as he rows across like poles. There you go, poles across. Sorry, got my utilities mixed up.
And go smoke on peace pipe.
I think it would be funny. She sees him smoking and just does something.
Oh no! Andros sits there and pulls out, like, just grabs a random piece of loose wood, turns it into weed, and hands
Sure.
it to them. Here you go.
He just looks at her and
Doesn't even tell them it's not actually weed and that they need to smoke it right away or it's going to turn back into wood. None of that.
You do realize you could kill somebody with that, literally.
Oh, I'm pretty sure. But Andros doesn't realize that.
Andros is too innocent for this world.
At the moment.
Oh, God. If you're planning on giving Andros clarity of mind, things are going to go very bad, very fast.
And why is that?
Because Andros doesn't realize how much bullshit they've actually pulled off. If someone with clarity of mind actually pulled off what Andros has, they would understand how bullshit they actually are and be able to do some evil, evil things.
You're supposed to shake it up before you do that. That's why all the water's coming out.
That's not water.
That's not water, it's pre-cum.
Really, dude?
To be fair, I have been on my best behavior for a while.
Fair point.
I mean, it's not like these things are for children when I post them, so.
So, you make it across the river in one piece. On the other side.
We've got one piece. Well, add another billion.
If you guys actually wanted to find the One Piece, I would figure out how to do it.
It would take all of like 2 sessions with Andros involved.
Just give her another cup of coffee.
Sorry, I don't have the magical coffee anymore. Alright, so we make it across. Is the kingdom on the other side, or is it more traveling to go?
There's a little bit ways to go still.
So, Andros, so once we're across the river, now the reason why I summon the Phantom Steed comes into play. Andros asks Nick and Chris to get onto a floating disc.
Okay.
I hop on the Phantom Steed. The Phantom Steed has 100 feet of movement speed. We're now moving and hauling ass.
Sneaky person.
Because the disc moves to stay within a certain distance of me.
I didn't know you could summon more than one.
So Phantom Steed isn't concentration.
I meant the discs.
No, but multiple people can fit on a single disc.
Oh, we're both on the same one. Okay.
With the potted plant.
Oh yeah.
There's actually a tiny little steering wheel in front of the potted plant on the disc. Andros saw it on the ship, and now it's part of the floating disc, a little tiny steering wheel for the potted plant. Does it do anything? No.
Does the potted plant care? No. What are you doing?
I just picture this.
Where did you post that? Oh.
In Dungeons and Dragons.
Where everybody else is.
That's basically his little weed plant, yeah, but it's driving the disc. Or at least it thinks it's driving the disc.
It would be, no, it's an awakened shrub, so it would be a bit more bushy than that.
True.
That looks more like a twig blight, honestly.
I know.
So we're traveling, and we're traveling.
You are now at the kingdom.
Yay! What? Don't look at me like that.
It is fortified. There are cannons on towers everywhere. The walls are made out of a composite
Composite material, yes.
the walls are made out of both stone and iron, and they're reinforced like 3 times over.
There's probably statues of Andros everywhere.
This isn't Sorrel's kingdom, this is Fandria's kingdom.
Oh, wait, sorry, wrong kingdom. My bad. There's probably off in one spot in the distance a giant statue of Cleve, though. Oh, with the caption at the bottom. Only intelligent Minotaur ever.
Yeah. It would probably be at the academy.
Actually,
yeah, that's what I mean.
The way the queen's granddaughter or previous queen's granddaughter has done things, the entire kingdom was constructed by smiths and artificers. Remember that?
Yep.
So, do you guys remember an old Disney movie called Atlantis?
Yes.
Do you remember the giant guardians that could clap their hands together and make a giant impenetrable shield?
Yes.
Think that, but with giant golden Fandrias all around the walls.
Ooh.
See, we would have included a Cleve, but he died really easily, apparently.
Actually, in all the markets throughout the kingdom, there is a mechanical statue of Cleve that's about 10 feet tall.
Yeah, he would work as a pretty good bouncer.
Basically, if the kingdom were invaded, like fully invaded, every statue would automatically activate and just go to town.
Barbarians are pretty easy to make golems, so.
Pretty much.
Right. So I'm assuming we're being
Instill
stopped
anger
at the gates, right?
and instill hit things really hard.
You guys are stopped at the gates, which are huge 50-foot tall gates.
I'm just gonna gesture to the king because he's with us.
So while everyone's talking to the guards, I sneeze. I'm now inside the gate. I sneeze again. I'm back outside the gate.
And they just look at you and go, they're like, "Hold, state your purpose. State your name and purpose."
I'm Andros. I'm here for weed.
Baseball.
What? Is that wrong?
I'll handle it.
Okay.
This is
I start
King.
drawing the
This
dirt.
is King Hollander. We were
Hollander.
summoned by your queen to come and talk diplomacy.
What kingdom do you hail from?
Shit, do we even have a name for our kingdom?
Yeah. Come up with it on the spot.
We're from...
Just in the background, just a lot of weed-centric names being thrown out in the background.
One of them starts to lower their pipe just a little. What kingdom do you come from? If you were sent for.
The kingdom of...
Turns to King. What kingdom?
Turns to King. Him. Well, I don't know. You bought me, remember? Him like...
It is the kingdom of...
Valencia. Sure.
It is the kingdom of...
Pusacosia.
It is...
Pusa Colson.
No.
At this point, 40 different weed names have been shouted out in the background by Andros.
It is the kingdom of...
The guards are now growing a little
Draenor.
Draenor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You've now tied it into
Urinal.
Genius. She tied it into Warcraft.
Without meaning to. Draenor's not a kingdom in Warcraft, is it? Oh shit. My bad.
It's okay. Unless you get a message or something saying, hey, that's copyrighted, you're fine.
I mean, they won't. Because they won't.
Using the places, names of places, as long as you're not portraying the actual place, does not,
They won't do anything about it.
violate copyright. Because if you have a copyright on a word or a name, that's kind of difficult to enforce in certain ways.
Yeah.
So, the guards are like, oh, okay, you're from that kingdom. Got it. Come on in. And they relax now. And the door opens with much squealing and grinding noises. Very painful upon the ears.
I sneeze, I'm already inside.
Well, let's hope their kingdom isn't as worn down as their gate.
Inside the kingdom is like polished metals everywhere and marble, and there's foliage and birds and animals.
As the gate is being opened, I walk up to one of the guards and ask, "Excuse me, I think I'm supposed to be outside the gate."
Andros, it's fine. We're entering right now. Just stay there.
Okay. Do you know where there's a food challenge anywhere?
The guard shrugs and says, well, Allie's Tavern's always looking for a good competition. You might try there. I gotta get back to my rounds, and walks away.
Andros hops on the Phantom Steed and just starts teleporting around because now the range is 200 feet while on the steed. Now you see the true power of Andros.
Teleports into tavern on table. Causes a mass mayhem.
On horse.
Ghost horse.
On ghost horse.
With a pseudo-dragon on their head.
People run out of there screaming. There's a sound of breaking dishes and silverware flying.
Hi, I'm here for the food.
One person pauses. Looks at you. Food?
I look around, just smiling wide, happy, innocent.
And out comes a staunchly built, half Goliath, half orc woman. Very big
I'm
woman.
here for the food.
And she laughs and says, "Good, the competition's against me."
What's a competition?
Eating challenge.
Yay! I can do that. I hop off the phantom horse and hop off the table.
The horse jumps off the table and basically parks itself by a beam. The pseudo dragon sits down next to you on the table.
Oh yeah, no, the pseudo dragon's the smart one between us.
Allie snaps her fingers, and a large, really, really large table gets brought out and the floor is cleared.
What's the food?
The food is very exotic. It's hydra meat. Hydra meat that Allie killed herself the day before.
Okay. So that's what Andros is doing. What is the rest of the party doing?
Okay. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, or on the other side of the kingdom,
we're just slowly being led to the castle.
one of the guards points out the adamantine and brass statues of Cleve and says, "Our great protector Cleve watches over us."
You talk of him like he's
I
dead.
heard you got gunned down by a bird.
That's what someone says, and the guard goes, "Who said that?" and immediately takes off after them. "You get back here! That's blasphemy!"
Apparently, Zal's in the kingdom currently. Apparently, somehow Zhao got to this kingdom, and he's not even directly related to that one.
Actually, he gives me an idea. Thank you, Zhao.
To be fair, I want to point out one simple thing.
Oh, for the Hydra meat.
That, yes, he was killed by a bird, but that bird became a god, so technically Cleve was killed by a god.
Yeah.
So that does make for an epic tale.
It's still blasphemy.
Oh.
Everyone's like all mad that he died to a random person. Was in the party before Druid? In the party with Cleve and Fandra was a wizard and a druid.
We had a wizard, but then he left,
Mm-hmm.
and there was not a druid.
And who was the other one? Because there was 4 people.
The Fandria party...
Wait, there wasn't a druid?
No, there wasn't. We had a bard and a wizard, Fandria and Cleve. Our bard left in the middle of the game. The wizard stayed for most of the game, but then eventually left. And then that was when we got Diva.
Okay. The kingdom is oval shaped, and at the center of the kingdom is a castle that is built around a giant axe.
Yeah, that axe.
The castle literally is built to such a level that the axe itself is one with the structure.
That's fascinating.
Oh god, keep Andros away from touching that thing at all costs.
Why is that?
Because if she touches it and teleports,
Motions to what has happened every other time Andros has touched something powerful and magic.
Oh.
She touches it and then teleports, and then it would be gone, and like the entire kingdom would be destroyed.
And somehow, like a portal to the abyss or the 9 hells opens up, and like 13 fucking archdemons lower down. Okay, we're here. We're not here to conquer you all or kill you all. We're just here to fuck shit up. Some weird thing like that.
That would happen. Let's see. The castle itself is beautiful. It's like pearled and marbled and just overall like, oh my god, like awesome. You guys continue walking down the main street. To your left is the old castle, which now sits surrounded by a giant wooden fence and is blocked off.
Okay.
2 young minotaurs guard it.
Okay.
Mitsu, would you like to guess who these young minotaurs are?
Are they related to Cleve? Did Cleve have babies?
Yes.
Oh. Who do you have babies with?
These are his
Oh,
grandkids.
God.
These are his
The
grandkids.
world, that's it. It's all over, guys. It's all over. Cleve had kids. We're all fucked.
These are his grandkids, not his kids.
I mean, he had to have had kids in order to have grandkids.
Exactly. He had 1 kid who had 2 kids.
Ah.
That 1 kid was just with... It was a one-night thing with a random trader woman, and he forgot about her, and yeah.
And next thing you know, the baby's on the doorstep going, hey, I'm your kid.
Yeah. Daddy? Oh, shit. Anyways.
Would have had to have been probably another Minotaur because he didn't like humans that way.
True.
It would have had to be an exceptionally smart, for that world, female Minotaur.
Yeah.
Actually, it was. She ran
Like,
a sword
instead of
dance.
like a 5 intelligence, she had like an 8 intelligence. You know, like
No.
exceptionally smart from Minotaur.
She ran her own sword stand. She had a 12 intelligence. She was a crude business minotaur.
Oh yeah, no, Cleve will go for that.
Exactly. Let's see, what else? Yes. Because of how divine beings are usually portrayed in books, we're gonna have some demigods that don't know they're demigods.
Oh, great.
Guess who their daddy is? I mean, parent.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little raven boy walking around, and you guys bump into him, and he goes, "Oh, excuse me," and keeps walking.
Raven?
Mm-hmm.
Andros don't have kids.
Uh-oh.
The only kid Andros has is Sorrel, so it can't be
Hey,
Andros.
gods sleep around. They don't give a fuck.
He specifically made a tiefling his godly wife.
Oh yeah, but look at Zeus and Hera for points there. They were married, and how many kids did Zeus have on the side?
That's a good point.
Mitsu,
I didn't hear that. What?
you didn't hear anything I said?
I heard something about Andros having more kids. Honestly, as mean as Andros is, I don't see him having many kids.
You don't.
I
See
don't
him,
either.
You don't see him flying around siring random children because fuck it.
No, because he would more likely eat the person than have a kid with them.
Okay, fine. It's an orphan because of Ardras. Since we're gonna go that long.
I can see a lot of Aarakocras and bird people aspiring to be like Ardros, because he has quite literally went from being garbage to being a god. So pretty good story for bird people.
True. Let's see.
Where the fuck did it go?
Like, if anything is a rags to riches story, it's Ardros.
There she is.
Something like that.
Crazy psychotic bird that got tossed into a fucking cell to because it's a danger to itself and everyone else, suddenly gains intelligence and becomes a god. Yeah, yeah. Anyway.
I'm just reposting this so that we have it, since it's actually relative to this game.
What?
Oh, Loria. They're the image I'm using for Loria.
Okay. The guards take you up the stairs to the new castle. And it does look pretty damn new. Like, hardly any dirt or anything like that. It's pretty damn clean. All the soldiers that patrol the castle are in shiny armor. Oh, and there's miniature quad bike versions of Cleve's tank driving around.
Does not surprise me.
Basically, Cleve had quads made like his tank design, just more for domestic use. And they're patrolling the streets, keeping the peace. And because Cleve thought it would be hilarious, I'm going to go with the fact that he calls them peace cleavers. What do you think, Mitsu? Hello?
Hold on, I'm having voice connection issues. I gotta disconnect and reconnect.
I mean, hey, welcome back!
Ha 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 ha. Did you hear anything of what he said?
What was he saying?
That would be a no then.
Peace cleavers.
No. What did Cleve do?
There are, like, quad versions of his tank running around the city, and they're called peace cleavers.
I am very saddened by what the artificers have done to Cleve's namesake.
These tanks tank quads, I should say, are outfitted with the latest in artificer tech for cracking down on pickpockets and rogues.
Oh, good thing none of us are rogues then.
Andros is... Wait, no, Andros isn't there. Never mind!
Let's see.
I can see Andros trying to steal one of these.
Right, so... Continue, Mark, with Castle when you're done?
Yeah. You guys get inside finally, and Fandria's granddaughter is sitting on the throne. Above her, kind of mounted into the new throne, is her mom's arm, or her grandmother's arm.
The
lightsaber arm, yes.
The lightsaber arm, yeah.
Yeah, basically in an emergency, she can cut her arm off and immediately attach it.
Ow.
In an emergency. It's okay. The clerics have reattached her arm twice now.
Oh shit.
There's a nice...
This is what we use against an Andros level threat.
Pretty much. There's a nice scar on her arm from where they reattached it a couple times.
Fun.
She's leaning on it. She's bored. She's got a few scars that go across her face. They slightly, but they make her an exotically aggressive looking beauty. I'm standing by that.
She's hot, but dangerous hot.
Yeah.
Pretty much. All men are both terrified and aroused of her. Anyways, she says, you're from the kingdom of... Draenor.
Urinal.
I was wondering when you guys would show up. We could really use your help.
Bet you could.
This enemy who calls herself an empress seeks to take over our kingdom, and I refuse to let her.
I thought we were coming for trade reasons.
Well, that is part of it. I'm willing to establish trade routes with you in exchange for you helping me secure my lands.
Oh, God.
If you want, you guys can take a minute, and Nick and Chrysanthemum can in game debate, role play, discuss amongst themselves. She's like, take a moment, think about my offer and what I'm asking, and you tell me if you think you can handle it. And she just smiles sweetly and goes back to reading a scroll that was in her lap.
Meanwhile, it just switches to Andros for 5 seconds. Andros is 20 pounds in right now and still going.
Right. Well, I wasn't expecting us to have been brought into a war situation.
Yes, this is indeed very sudden. As he looks at his songbirds, daggers. These would be.
I'm not even sure if we're
I was
well
not
equipped
suspecting.
enough.
Well, we did just get. Then, pardon my language, a fuck ton of gold. So I'm sure equipment will be not a problem for long. This is okay. What do we know about this empire that we are supposedly potentially going to be openly facing?
Dramatically turns her head towards the boy king. Well, do you know anything of the Empire?
He meekly shrugs and says, "I know that they're rumored to have an army of 100 million beast creatures and foul things behind them.
Oh, good.
That when they siege and attack lands, they leave none alive to tell of it."
Even better. This is.
I've heard stories of their cruelty and viciousness.
And what do you know of their leader?
That she's small but powerful, and that her father, as she claims, is of divinity. And he looks over at the queen. Is that about right? And the queen just, yeah, that about sums it up. Although, based on what my scouts have told me, the army is actually getting smaller. As in,
Okay, so
less forces, but more powerful forces, from what I understand. Not only takes one small squad of 10 people to take down a town when it took 100 before.
army of giant monsters. Apparently, demigod against us. And whatever else is in our control. Decent odds, I guess.
Well, if she's got a god on her side, we could always look to ours and see who we could get. If they choose to be nice.
Queen excitedly goes, "That's it! That's a great idea!" And she jumps out of her throne, grabs Chrysanthemum by the hand, and basically takes off at a full sprint out of the castle, telling Nick, "Keep up, Slowpoke."
Your Majesty, where are we going?
Oh no, you'd be having to yell because she's literally running through the throng with you.
Where are we going?
She says, "You'll see, it's a temple.
Nick's size
It's a temple."
clicks his boots together and becomes a ghost to follow them.
Ends up at the temple of the Meridian God of War, which is atop of at the top of a weapons forge. Well, actually, it's more like the temple and the weapons forge are one place, and they bless swords and stuff there. Which seems like something Cleve would have had a hand in, doesn't it, Mitsu?
I mean, Cleve was much more interested in getting his beautiful, beautiful tank polished every day. A blessed forge. Yeah, that sounds great. Polish.
If you have a temple to such a powerful god, why have you not asked him yourself?
She says, "Because we need someone who can, quote unquote, tempt him to come to us. He loves war, but he also loves weapons more." And so she basically, she's like, "You kneel here," and then she starts running around like absolute manic excitement. And she starts setting up incense burners, and she yells at one of the priests and says, like, basically something to the equivalent of, "Get an animal for sacrifice," and she's going completely like over your head, like, huh?
He likes what? Are you meaning the one that's combined in your city?
Her, yes, and like the look of aggressive, like, determination on her face, like she doesn't give a shit if her castle's leveled. She wants to save her people. Her people come first, not her city. Make sense? The city itself can be rebuilt. The people cannot.
That's true.
That's exactly what she tells you, and she literally.
How do you know he's going to listen to me?
Really? Points at like necklace that you've been wearing this whole time.
And what about my necklace?
You're a druid. You speak for the forest. If the Lord's plight is enough, they have to listen.
I speak for all forests, not just one, but yes, I understand.
And like I said, she continues, like, she pauses occasionally to explain a detail of why this specific incense or why that specific sacrifice, this, that. You know what I mean? But she's in such a rush that she doesn't notice a kid walking in to pray about his dad on the front lines and bowls him over and she's like, "Oops." And she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Picks up the kid. "Are you okay?" Him, "Your Majesty, I'm fine. I'm fine. Any news from the front? I miss my father." It's like she's like, as far as I know, his squadron is still intact, though they have suffered some minor losses. I will let you know what I hear. So her manicism, because I think that's a word.
She's manic right now, I get it.
Continues for about 45 minutes before she finally stops to take a breath, and then she's like, "All right, get ready." And she claps her hands together and like just straight smacks them to where they're like together in front of her, and she starts to pray. And she cuts her right wrist and then hands you the dagger and says, "Now cut yours." Without any explanation as to why, she just demands you cut yours. Do you do?
Fine.
Okay. So you each cut your wrists, and your combined blood runs into a small bowl. On the other side of it is a rather large two-headed ram. Special breed.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, "Now, cut the beast's throat. And they cut the ram's, they sever both throats. And she continues praying. All of a sudden, the bowl in the center shoots up a jet of flame, about 60 feet high.
Ooh, is that good or bad?
She says, "You'll see."
Oh, dear God.
All of a sudden, your surroundings, yours, hers, and Nicholas's surroundings shift, and now you're in a giant throne room. Sitting on the throne, half bored, is Meridia's god of war. And standing on either side is the goddess of peaceful death and Andros.
Oh.
She's like, "I brought us here, now we plead our case."
Okay.
"You go first." And she just politely leans back,
Great.
sweat beading on her forehead, and she just like,
Fantastic.
whew.
How do I word things correctly without?
Do you remember the god of war's name? You might want to go look at the lore.
Is it in the lore page?
It should be in the lore page. You put all the pictures there for me.
Do we have a lore page? Am I blind? Scroll, you stupid. We don't have a lore page in here. We don't have a lore page in this. I'll see if I can find the picture, which may mess up my connection.
There he is.
You found him?
Coran, Coran, the god of volcanoes and war. Also, you are starting to sweat because it's very hot.
Share the picture. Save and share the picture. And then peaceful death is the dragon, right? So you'll have to share the dragon picture too.
And Lithuania, remember Lithuania?
Yeah, that's the dragon, right?
Mm-hmm. I mean, they obviously don't look like this. They're more in a humanoid form.
Yeah, but it still helps to have them.
Kura?
Cora, that's the backup character I made in case this dies.
Okay. Coran would be the big red guy. Lithuania would be the dragon.
Yeah.
I'm telling that to your audience.
There goes Mitsu killing himself on weed again.
Hey, you're not wrong.
Anyways, you hear amongst them, you hear him going, "This war is getting old." And the one is like, "I am tired of this needless death. We must stop it." And then Andros would say what?
Andros probably wouldn't say anything.
What?
He's asking what Andros would say to the other.
Andros would just shrug and point out that it's the natural course of the strong to eat the weak.
They
You know, a wolf eats a rabbit, an Aarakocra eats a human. It's the natural order.
They reluctantly agree with Andros, and then they say, you know, just because this is the natural order doesn't mean we have to let it be so sometimes. And then they all notice you, Chrysanthemum, and the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Would you look at that? A couple mortals. Can we help you?"
Did anyone order catering?
Ha 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 ha. Chris would step forward since she's being the one pushed forward to speak anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I've come on behalf of the Queen's Kingdom of Fandria.
Mm-hmm. The god
And
of war, Koran says, "Ah, my favorite kingdom. I left something behind me once, but looks randomly at me on the side. Ha! I see. Nice. They built a cute little structure around it.
That is partially why I'm here.
What, you want me to take it back?
Not necessarily take it back, but we're hoping you'd be willing to take it back and side with us against this empire of monsters.
The Koran looks at Ardros. Empire, you say?
Yes.
do
Okay.
you mean my daughter's empire?
Koran rolls his eyes. Yes, I know which empire they're talking about. You see what I mean? By the way, how much blood did it take to get you here?
I'm not entirely
Me
sure how much.
personally, not all that much.
I mean, there was a two-headed ram and the Queen's blood and my blood.
A worthy sacrifice to come before me. Very well. Ardros, I cannot in good, godly conscience ignore my servant's requests. So,
You are a god of war. My kingdom causes such war, perpetuating your worship.
yes, but this kingdom is built for defense against war. You should come see it sometime.
I have seen parts of your armies. Some of them are worthy, and that is why they live long. Ardros is specifically talking about the fact that some of them are strong, and thus they deserve to live.
At this point, the queen might choose to speak up. Sandra, would you like to do the part of the queen for this one?
No.
Could use some help on dialogue and stuff. But basically, what it would boil down to is like she persuades the goddess of peaceful death and the god of war to side with them, and she is willing to do anything, absolutely anything, to get them or others of them to her cause. Sacrifices, you know what I mean, debts, oaths, whatever. She's willing to do anything. She wants to spare her people from more bloodshed.
Andros is going to hear this and is going to look at the other two gods. So what I'm getting from this is, because they give you things, you should do what they want you to do. As opposed to someone like me who just exists and is still here.
The goddess of peaceful death just shrugs and says, technically, I would exist too. I don't need sacrifices. The god of war, on the other hand, goes, well, I thrive off conflict. But sometimes, a fight for the right reason is better than a fight for the wrong reason.
Then I propose a compromise. The war stays, but you send some of your people to talk to my daughter and negotiate.
On what terms, says the queen?
On the terms that if either or side of us goes down there and tries to do anything, the other side will also take action. And no matter what happens, there will be wholesale slaughter.
So what you're saying
So let the mortals figure it out.
So what you're saying is, try for peace.
No. I don't give a shit about peace or not. I give a shit about let them figure it out for themselves. show us which ones are worthy.
So what if someone were to kill, was it your daughter?
First off, you and I both know that her death, no matter what, I will make sure she's still at my side.
Well, of course. That would obviously be
So her death is only a means of bringing her to my side. Whoever is able to kill her is truly worthy.
Very well. What about
In other words, yeah, go ahead, kill her. That's what I want at this point.
And the God of War says, if you kill her, then, and he looks at Andros, raises an eyebrow, then and only then will I assist you in working towards a peaceful resolution, if you can best his daughter and her empire.
And what I propose is let the mortals figure it out and negotiate on terms of war and possibly a stop to it. These are both of your options.
The God of War shrugs and goes, I'm just...
Oh, come on. It's not like we aren't at war with several dozen other places on this plane. Okay, this war is no big deal in the grand scheme of things for you.
He rolls his ember eyes and shrugs. Very well. By the way, I'll be taking my axe back.
About that, after this, I want you and me to have a little spar. I want to see you wield that axe.
The God of War just grins with malice and says,
The gods are going to go
I
off
could
and
use a stretch.
spar.
He's just like, fine by me, I could use a stretch.
If I might put in a word or a few.
They all
Slowly
look at
looks over.
Chrysanthemum. Even the queen now looks at you.
Everyone just looking down
All
at
eyes,
the
all eyes
pod.
on Chris.
Just like,
All
oh,
divine
shit.
eyes on Chris. Oh, you know which other god decided to show up at this point? He's had enough. Like, enough of enough.
Is it the forest god?
Yep.
The deer god shows up. No, that's the water god. Sorry, the forest god's the other one. The big earthy dude.
Oh God, what do you want now? I already told you the logging situation is just to make sure new trees grow.
Boruton says, your daughter, and he holds out a giant wooden club that's roughly the size of a redwood, just burnt down the last grove of forest. And he starts to name an area that I haven't come up with. And he is very pissed off.
Andros pauses and actually looks a little pissed off at that comment. Yeah, no, she went too far.
Again, if I might speak. I know for a fact that there is still forest remaining.
Basically, Sorrel just burnt down the last forest in an entire country.
Yeah. I know for a fact that there is forest still remaining in what used to be King Hollander's kingdom. I know for a fact that it still remains because of the fact that my friends and I protected it, and it in turn gave us our own specialties, if you will.
Ah, so you're the one who found it, says the forest god.
Yes.
I was wondering who my champion was.
What?
He smiles. You heard me.
That would explain the glow and everything, so at least now I know what's going on. But
you know what? While we're on the subject of current mortals. Has anyone else had a weird elf thing show up and ask them for something random to disappear?
Ah, so that's where she teleported off to once. I wondered. That would be Andros.
It's infuriating. It's happened twice now.
Yes, that would be Andros.
Tell them I do not have a fucking Danish for them.
At this point, I picture it because of the whole sneezing when someone talks about you thing. She's in the middle eating and then randomly sneezes.
Andros is there, about to put like a large chunk of food into their mouth. All gross and comically, like you caught me out of context photo. Slow looks over. Hi, hey, do you have that Danish movie? Achoo, gone. Andros, in reaction to this, that's 3 fucking times! I'm killing it! I'm killing it!
No. She can come in handy. I wouldn't.
The war god, did you just tell a god no?
I mean, I'm sorry.
The peaceful death goddess snickers. Ooh, you done it now.
I didn't. I meant as in please don't. I did. Jeez.
Wait. Hold on. Serious question for you. Could you raise a hand that is your dominant hand?
Are you going to chop it off?
No.
Right. He doesn't have an axe. He has guns. Out of character, he has guns. Is it possible to get through the conversation before you damage me?
No.
The queen speaks up. And she's like, my lords, my gods, and goddess, and she looks around, I have an idea. And she continues to look around, and then she looks at Chrysanthemum, and she's like, what if you take her arm instead of just her hand?
What?
I'm not going to take her hand.
Well, were you not just planning to remove it forcefully with something?
No.
She grabs one of your hands and raises it.
There's immediately a nice sized hole in the palm all the way through your hand.
And she lowers it and goes, aha, I knew you were going to do that. The queen goes, aha, I knew you were going to do that. I knew it. And she dances around like she called it.
Hey, could you raise your dominant hand?
Her smiles, takes out knife, cuts off arm. Here, take it. Walks up.
I shoot her remaining hand.
You shoot her remaining hand?
Yes, out of spite because I know this trick. I'm a god. I know this.
She walks out. She walks out feeling self-satisfied still, despite having a hole in one hand and missing her arm.
Wait, so like she completely left?
I mean, Andros didn't take the arm. She still has the arm.
But like she just completely walked out now with like one arm and a blasted hand.
Pretty much. Feeling great about herself though.
She's a strange one.
Oh, both of you got off very lightly.
I was going to offer that since the group and I have already been called for negotiations here, we might as well go to the Empire and discuss negotiations there.
Or kill her, either one, I don't care.
Or kill her if that's what it comes down to.
If you kill her, it will not be a peaceful death, so she'll be at my side. Either you get your way and she gets hers, or I get my way.
At this point, Fandria's granddaughter is now back on the ground, air quotes, and her knights and guards are attending to her, air quotes, injuries that I feel were both self-inflicted.
His fucking queen is not scared, like, dude.
Mostly self-inflicted, yes.
And one of the artificers comes up and says, "So, how was negotiations with the gods?" She just laughs and says, "They went perfectly." And they bring her grandmother's arm and attach it to the stump. And it just immediately starts working.
So she's just going full on with the arm now forever. Okay.
Like if there was a god of insanity, they would have instantly heard that mind twig snap.
Anyway, among the gods, so about that spar.
So
Opens portal.
God of War grabs his axe, like reaches through the clouds, grabs his axe, completely leveling the castle.
The castle partially collapses.
Screaming in mayhem in the streets, typical chaos
Yeah.
stuff. Which, by the way, a certain robed god shows up and goes, "Really? You guys aren't causing enough mass mayhem now? You have to fight each other." Fine, pulls out
We're
gun.
going to do it on the
dead.
plane of fire.
Actually, he'd show up with a newspaper and go, "So, you guys want to spar, do you? I know the perfect spot." Teleports you to the realm of damnation and chaos.
Okay, so the war god
So
Andros have now
we go to
disappeared.
the hair.
Leaving the dragon and the earth god in the room with me.
And they're just like, "Sup? What's it like down there?" It's no casual conversation between two divine beings and
It has its moments.
Sneeze. Hi, sneeze.
As you can see, it has its moments.
then just scratches their heads like, haha.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what Andros is. I refer to her as a her, and that's just how my mind has it set. I do need to know more about the whole Earth God's champion thing, because I'm not used to this.
Well, and he goes, "The last champion became one with the tree. That was the thing. So, this time try not to do that. As well as, pretty much any animal in the wilds of the forests will speak to you and will understand you and will listen to you. Also, randomly pulls branch off of his club, hands it to you and says, "You can summon me at any time with this. Don't do it for stupid reasons," and then teleports away.
Okay.
Peaceful goddess. Yeah. You want to go home now?
I mean, technically my home isn't even the same plane as the one below us, but...
She's like, "I'm aware. You want to go home yet?"
Sadly, I have too much to do.
Fair point. Fine. Here you go. Snaps her fingers, and now you're back on the ground. Next to the rubble of what once was a gloriously beautiful castle. The queen is laughing maniacally as her other hand is cut off and a mechanical hand replaces that. She's completely lost it. She starts ordering artificers around and blacksmiths, and basically what you make out is she's wanting to construct a giant death cannon.
I would recommend you wait on that, Your Majesty, until we return.
Get shot by Andros. Immediately starts embodying Andros. Oh God, what have I done?
What happened was, in her mind, she heard, "Okay, so you want chaotic death. Got it. You want unreasonably violent death. Okay, I could do that. She decided that if you wanted the war to persist and that only the strong could win, then she would be as powerful and as strong as she could possibly get. You made your point. She accepted your point. She said, "Fuck it."
Alright, but yeah, Chrysanthemum spoke to her and
He
was
was
like,
thinking, but okay.
What?
Nick's just watching this like, oh god, okay.
Okay, so what'd you say, Mitsu?
I said that wasn't the point he was trying to make, but okay.
Yeah, well, that's how she took it. Remember, she's mortal after all.
Right, and she's going to basically be going against the god of peaceful death by doing this.
Oh yeah, you completely.
She's going to make more enemies than friends among the gods.
Well, she is the granddaughter of Fandria after all.
Yeah, not too bright.
Not too wise, but definitely got the temperament.
in my defense, out of character, I admit that was a shitty wisdom roll for her. Fandria had the worst fucking wisdom. Jesus.
Randomly among Cleve's old things is a blueprint for a purple crystal cannon. And this purple crystal, you guys
that sounds
remember.
like Cleve.
Fuck.
Huh?
Out of character, we remember. In character, nope.
Out of character, that is something Cleve would conceive to attach to like a giant tank that he did not think of making a blueprint for.
Yeah. So Chris is gonna turn to Nick and just be like, "Well, we need to go reclaim Andros because we have yet another however long."
Did you
travel.
say Andros?
Andros.
Andros, good girl.
Because we have yet again another travel.
Good. To where this time?
The queen overhearing what you're talking to with Nick says, "I'm coming with you." The king, but I'm going with them. They're gonna take me home, right, guys?
Sadly, home is in the opposite direction.
The queen, exactly, little man, move.
Hey, whoa! I'm sorry to be like, no, don't do this after I just got sniped at by gods for doing it. You're a queen of a very large kingdom, and you need to protect it.
Empress.
Loria is not an empress.
No, she's a queen, but if her mind continues down this insane rabbit hole that it is snapped towards, she very well could go freaking Darth Vader level insane. Or darker.
Yeah, that would be bad. I need to see what spells.
Darth Vader level insane. Oh no.
What spells do I have again? Just in case. He chose to go to the bathroom at this moment when I was in the middle of talking to her.
Minute break.
Okay. There I was, thinking I could put her to sleep, but I don't have that spell.
Huh?
Oh, I was thinking that if I had sleep, I could put the queen to sleep real quick before we left and be like, okay, at least she'll stay now. But nope.
I mean, you do have Andros.
True, but I have to go get him.
Since have so much money, I have all spells. Remember?
Right. I'd still have to go find her.
I mean, finding Andros. Just look for where the food challenges are.
Right, and that's Allie's right now, which is who knows, which is like
Anywhere Andros can go for in getting a free meal by eating unreasonably large amounts of food. That's probably where they would be.
Yeah. Oh, we lost Mitsu. I need to put in my notes that I now have a god summoning branch. There he is.
That?
Hey.
Hey, sorry about that.
That's okay, it happens.
My supplier called.
Got it.
And you know, he just wanted to let me know he was on his way, but he's not going to be able to make it. But you know, it's no big deal. It's
I mean, you've got enough to hold off until they can show up again, right?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. He dropped off a third of the product I needed, and yeah, I still have a good amount. But yeah, as I was saying, like, if there's a spell and I'm a high enough level and it's a wizard spell, Andros knows it. Unreasonable amount of money is a great thing to have
Yeah.
for a wizard. You need unreasonable amounts of money.
Yeah, because wizards have to buy and pay for their spells and shit.
Well, no, normally they just sit there and get the spells from level up. But you're right. You're very right. To get anything else, they need to find or somehow talk to someone to get a hold of a spell scroll, which gets used. I have so many fucking spells. What the hell? I can sit there and give all of us water breathing at any point in time.
Nice.
And all the pets too. Because still remains like 7 more slots for that spell. Andros is so unreasonably strong, but so stupid.
Are you good now, dear?
I hate my broken teeth. Anyways. Yeah, I'm good.
We were getting ready to go collect Andros and head out.
Well,
And I was gonna try and put the queen to sleep, but I can't, so the best I can do is entangle.
Entangle? You're gonna tie her up?
It's a spell that ties her up with weeds and stuff.
You all you really need to do is find Andros. I'm telling you now.
True. Yeah, so we're gonna go find Andros, and then I'll convince Andros to put her to sleep.
Okay. Roll a couple investigations, and the higher the better.
Okay. Even though technically we were told where she went, but...
Oh, I know, but she's been teleporting, so come on.
Okay.
Humor the comedian.
So... Come on, Discord. Quit being so slow.
22 should do it.
Yeah, you find her. You took the queen with you and you found her.
It wasn't a 22, it was a 9.
Oh, was it 9?
No, Nicholas got a 22.
Nick got a 22.
Okay, he struck the queen in the back of the head, knocking her
These
unconscious.
were investigation rolls, not...
I know, I'm playing it up. Basically, you guys knock the queen out, take her with you, or persuade her in some sense.
No, we were gonna go find Andros, and then I was gonna convince Andros to put
You're gonna leave the slowly going insane queen by herself.
I'm going to leave her back at her kingdom where she belongs.
Oh, I know that. What I'm saying is...
She technically won't be alone because she's got guards around her, remember? That's the reason it was like, use magic.
Okay. The guards, though they love their queen, recognize her growing insanity and menacism.
Right, so we found Andros. So... Andros, it's time to go!
But I'm not done. I haven't won yet.
At that exact moment, the other woman, the big woman, collapses, and it's just like, oh, I'm full.
See? You've won.
But I'm not full. This is only like 5%.
We'll get you more when we get where we're going.
Okay! I drop the food, grab the fairy dragon, put it on my head. It goes invisible. I hop, and instead of actually getting up, I just teleport and I'm standing in front of Chris. Okay, where are we going?
We're going to go visit an empire, but first I need you to do something for me.
What?
Can you see if you can put the queen under sleep?
What does Queen needs to go to sleep? Let's go.
Yes, the queen needs to go to sleep.
So Andros just innocently gets led by the hand to go attack the queen.
Okay. You know, it's too bad there's not a D&D spell called Coma. That would be hilarious.
No, there's no.
I cast Coma, queen.
And I'm actually casting that at 3rd level, so an extra 8 on top of that for 12.
What'd you do?
18, 19,
26.
20. The way sleep works is it goes after their hit points. If it goes after enough hit points, it puts them to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
He hit 26 of her hit points.
Okay.
So is she asleep?
She's sleepy.
Close enough.
She's
more
asleep?
calmer and drowsy.
She's sleepy. It didn't quite knock her out, but it got her pretty damn tired.
Well, that's the best I can do.
Sorry.
That's fine.
I
and
okay,
then,
fine. If it works like this. Hold on. If it's going to work the way he's wording it, fine. I cast it again for another 38.
Okay. It was double casted, so I think she's out now.
She's not just out. Her eyes rolled up. Her head hit the concrete. She's out cold.
Oh, shit.
Like, 9 night. She's going to be out for at least a week. Maybe 2. You got 2 weeks. Tick.
Good job, Andros. Now let's go get to that other empire and get you your food.
Food! And Andros starts skipping out of the castle.
At this point, one of the guards says, "Hey, she teleports, right?"
Yeah?
And he goes, "You guys are on your way to that crazy empire, right?"
Yeah?
And then he stabs his sword in the ground, sits down on his shield, crisscross applesauce, and you just see him like scratch his chin hair and he, "How come you don't ask her to teleport you there?"
Because she doesn't teleport that far.
How far can she teleport?
Depends.
Hmm.
But not that far.
Depends on how strong the coffee is.
Yeah.
The guard continues to ponder, and he goes, "Can she teleport non-stop?"
No, she gets tired eventually.
I see. Well, I do have an idea. There's a port not too far from here that'll help you get straight over there in a matter of like 5 days. Can you get over there using teleportation? If you persuade her to teleport at max distance repeatedly, you should get there pretty quickly. I'd say 2 or 3 hours.
But I don't want to hurt my friend.
Okay. Well, I've got a friend who runs a stable outside town. Tell him Dozer sent you. He'll help you. And he gets up, pulls his sword out of the ground, and says, "Fair travels," and walks away.
Out of character, I need to point out they make a very valid point that you could like monopolize and abuse the shit out of that mechanic.
Yeah, I know. The character herself would not want to do that to Andros.
Andros wouldn't even notice. That's the fucked up part. Anyway.
There's also the possibility that you don't teleport in the right direction.
Well,
because her teleporting is randomized.
There's a Danish shop. Points in direction that way.
Sprinkles pepper on her nose. Achoo! Oh look, we made it.
Exactly. That would work.
Yeah, but it's mean.
Theoretically, that would not necessarily. What if you were telling the truth? What if the DM made it so?
I don't want to abuse my friend.
It depends on how desperate you are to stop the crazy queen from building a weapon of mass destruction.
She's knocked out for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and I have time.
It's gonna take 5 days to get to this town on foot. To get to the port, and another 5 days to get where you're going.
Well, you said there's a thing outside of town outside of the city that's got the horses. We'll use the horses. That'll like half our time, making it about 2.5 days. So. And Andros has her little flying thing that she does.
True.
All we need is 2 horses. Andros can either bring up her steed or use her flying disc.
I do this as a ritual, and it's not concentration. Technically, I can just keep making the phantom steeds.
Yeah.
I think it's good that it's not concentration because Andros doesn't concentrate.
Andros concentrates subconsciously. They don't know that they're concentrating.
And how does that work again? Explain
It's
science.
odd. So the whole thing about Andros is everything that they do is more of on a subconscious level. So the conscious side you see is just very dopey, very naive and childlike. But subconsciously, they have all this magical power. It will still manifest itself to help help.
Right.
So when you have something like the fairy dragon who can sit there and manipulate Andros, you can then, suddenly Andros is capable. That's why the fog cloud went off exactly when it needed to.
So you're saying since Chrysanthemum can talk to creatures, if she talked to the fairy dragon, she could theoretically get Andros to go wherever she wanted.
What I'm saying is Andros can be easily manipulated into being a weapon. It's a very dangerous thing having Andros. Think about it. A bunch of orcs get a hold of Andros and not hurt them at all.
I'm surprised Nick has not figured out how easily manipulated she is with this and has immediately gone, you know what? I'll take care of her.
I am waiting for the day that Nicholas decides, you know what, let's weaponize it. I'm really waiting. That's going to be fun. Anywho, easy thing just to help along. It still takes a full round for me to it takes a bonus action to teleport. So it's only once every 6 seconds I'm doing that. I can move the same distance. So I can sit there and move the same distance whether I teleport or not. If you were to put Andros on a phantom steed behind somebody just holding on, the disc would still follow around and you can move any amount that you need.
Yeah.
Just horse takes dash action every round, 200 feet per round. It lasts an hour, so you can just run that thing straight into the ground for an hour. Because you won't kill it. It takes longer than an hour to kill it like that. Yeah, I'm just saying this to hurry things along.
Yeah, that's a faster way to go. One of us can sit on a disc, the other two of us on the phantom steed, and
it specifically says in the spell we can go 13 miles in an hour, when if you think about it, traveling about 20 miles in a day is about how far you would get from getting up, walking 16 hours and stopping.
Yeah.
And that's not including setting up camp or anything else. You stop, you lay down, you sleep, you get up, and you keep walking. And that's it.
Yeah. So
with this, we do 13 miles an hour. I just keep ritual summoning Phantom Steed. Yeah, if it's like 100 miles away, we can get there in a day.
Yeah, the Phantom Steed is faster.
Yeah. So I'm just pointing this out to rush the story forward a bit.
Are you that impatient?
Are there any encounters along the way, Mr. DM?
Let's see. What would be typically on the way to a
Hello?
He's looking. He's checking.
Okay.
You know what? Sure. You see a bunch of people in robes with black bird beak masks
Oh boy.
chanting around a fire.
Andros immediately perks up, raises her hand, and yells out to them, "Hi!"
Damn it. Yeah, now we're about to have
Total innocence, just being friendly.
Get them! And you have like, let's say, 3 and 3. You have 6 guys. Well, more like 3 guys and 3 girls, but they're all in robes and you can't tell their gender.
I will roll initiative then because.
Yeah.
Initiative time.
Let's see.
It's a shitty initiative. I got a 7.
Excuse me. Ooh. This is the initiative of them.
6.
Aha!
Okay, so it goes Nicholas, Andros, me, then them.
Yep.
Yeah, wow, in descending order.
AOE would work. AOE spells would work if you guys have them. These guys don't have a lot of HP. And just looked at
I think
that. I was like,
I have
oh,
AOE.
no.
The funny thing is, you think I have damage spells. That's cute. Nicholas, what do you do?
Let's see. Let's just see. Yeah, AoE, so. Have one of those. A quick shatter.
They need to make a con save, dear.
No modifiers.
Hello?
He's getting ready to roll it.
That's their constitution save.
They failed. They take 15 thunder damage.
Hello?
Hello?
The entire group of them? All 6 of them?
Whoever's around.
Or has excluded?
All of them?
HP
Hello?
9.
Oh, they're all dead because he managed to hit all 6 of them.
Darn.
Their heads explode, covering.
I was going to cast sleep.
Their
Just
heads
so y'all get
explode,
knocked
covering.
out and you just walk up and stab.
Well, that was a quick fight. Continuing on.
There, are you happy you had a fight?
Oh, I just...
You good?
At one point, Andros demands to be let off the horse, gets down, picks up a rock, and climbs back onto the horse.
Okay.
We all know where this is going.
Yep, she's gonna make some weed.
Yeah. Andros is going to entertain themselves. Also, now that it's far too late, you could have asked the gods to know what Andros' gender is. Like, to finally answer the question that not even Andros, has enough wherewithal to know. Anyway.
You guys continue down the road. After a few more hours of riding and then resummoning the horse and riding some more and stuff like that, you guys can see the port town in the distance.
I sneeze. We end up 10 feet back.
Damn it.
You can still see the town, but it's... Anyways. The ground rises up slightly as you guys go over a hill. And on the other side, you see 2 orcs. One is in black robes, wielding a black book, and the other orc is carrying a large axe. And in front of them is a small squad of skeletons. And if either of you speak, I don't know, orc, whatever orc speaks.
That's orcish. Or the orc is a language.
Still. And you might be able to understand that they're planning to attack.
We don't. Andros is going to, before anyone can react, hop off the horse and start walking towards them. Hi, I'm Andros.
Andros, no! And she's gone.
Now you have a necro orc, regular orc barb, and a bunch of skeletons to fight.
Yep.
Good luck.
No,
Andros walks up to the big black-robed orc. Excuse me. Like, actually tugging on the corner of the rope. Excuse me.
They look at you.
Can I get some directions?
They did you say give or get?
Get. You said get directions.
They say okay.
Do they speak in Orcish?
Yes.
So Andros' head tilts. They blink a few times and says in Orcish, because comprehend languages, I'm sorry, what was that?
They said directions to where, my young friend?
Oh, there's this town that we're supposed to be going to, and my friend said there's really good food, and you can come too if you want, but I need directions to the town.
They look up, curious. They look back down. Do your friends speak Orcish as well as you?
No.
Okay. Well, we're about to attack a town. Is it that town?
No. Well, you have fun. Can I get directions to the town?
They point at a town and say, that's the town we're attacking, but if that's the town you're going to, good luck.
Oh, there's the town. Thank you. I give the orc a big, warm hug. Thank you so much. And I go back to the horse. They said it's that way. Andros, innocent as ever. We didn't get attacked.
No, we didn't.
Holy shit, it's 3 o'clock. Oh, that's a good thing, because I am stuck.
This is... shit. Come on, get the gift to load.
I am stuck.
But this is Chris right now. As soon as it loads, because it's being a bitch. There it goes. That is Chris, and then she gets off the horse, and she turns into a black bear.
She's gonna fight them?
Yeah,
Why? You don't speak Orcish. You don't know what was said.
precisely.
So you're just going to attack them.
Yeah.
That sounds kind of racist to me. But... Andrews just sits there on the horse, like, what's going on? So there's going to be combat.
I am initiating combat.
Why?
Because I can.
But why? Andros solved the problem.
I don't know
Okay.
that.
Okay, as you go to initiate combat, Andros, is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm just watching, like, Andrews doesn't fully understand what's going on. But you know what? Yes, I would like it to do something. I cast Sleep centered on Chrysanthemum once they run forward.
Okay.
And remember, it goes after the thing with the lowest health in the entire area.
Which is probably me.
And subtracts from them first. So I do it at second level.
And the basic health on the brown
So
bear
it will
is
be
19.
68, I believe.
Oh dear heavens.
Am I right? Or... Yes. So 26 health points, starting at the lowest HP creature, they become asleep as they hit 0.
Okay.
So, who would have the lowest? I've got 19 in my bear form.
It's like, you're out.
Bear's out.
The orcs...
Wait, so the skeletons have more hit points than a black bear?
The orcs and the skeleton all pass out, too.
Oh, okay. They all pass out.
Oh. I go over and nudge Chris away. Chris, you shouldn't be so mean to people.
Well, were they going to attack the city? Oh, wait, no, I'm still in bear form. Fuck that.
They weren't attacking a city. I need to point out your wording has gotten you on that one.
I asked if they were going to.
Attack a city. No, they're attacking a town. So, no, they're not. They're not attacking a city. No.
There. And then I realized I'm still in bear form, so I can't talk.
Comprehend languages, baby.
Yeah, so with... I don't know if comprehend languages works on animal speech.
No, it wouldn't. But you'd be, but you still, you know it, but you can't speak it.
Okay. So basically, you'd be able to understand what I was saying, but you couldn't respond. You couldn't respond in the language.
I wouldn't be able to understand you.
Okay. So it just comes
So
out as
it's basically,
roars and
hey,
grunts. It comes out as roars and grunts while I'm just gesturing.
No, stop being mean. Nick is just sitting off to the side, like, ugh. Nick is starting to feel like a dad.
He's like, these two. Well, kind of picking up some of the anything valuable about the skeletons.
So you disarm the skeletons?
If it's not like if it's just like a club or a regular spear, then they can keep it. If anything valuable, then
What about the words? Motion.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's too stupid in character to bring that up.
Yeah,
Nick is looting the sleeping bodies.
Okay.
And I'm gonna turn back into myself.
Why did you sit there and try to hurt them?
I assumed they were going to be attacking the place that we were going.
What do you mean?
Clearly, they're bad beings. I mean, they're being followed by skeletons that are clearly under their control.
They gave me direction. Hey! Some of my best friends are skeletons. Motioning back to the Book of the Dead fiasco.
Those skeletons are dead. Like, dead.
But, so are these.
It's a very audible head smack. She's getting to this point where she's just like, why do I even try? Just, never mind. Let's just keep going. You have the directions.
Yes, I have the directions. It's right over there. You guys can see it the entire time. So could have Andros, but they never noticed.
You should see her face right now.
Just walk around the bodies towards the town.
Don't worry, they'll catch up later.
Yeah, and then we'll really get to fight them.
No. I have an idea now. Now that I'm thinking. You guys make it to town, and right on the outskirts is a guy in a hooded robe.
Great, not another one.
No, this guy looks around and then whispers to you, "Are you guys?"
Huh?
He asks. He's like, "Are you guys Chrysanthemum, Nicholas, and Andros by any chance?"
Yes.
He's like, "Great, I'm the captain of of the Harry Henny pirate ship. You guys are going to be substituting for some crew members, and I'm going to be taking you into the Empire. Please follow me."
Yay! I get to work on a boat. How much food does it pay?
The pirate captain. What?
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 Hold on, repeat yourself.
She asked how much food it pays.
Looks at you. What?
She likes food.
What?
She prefers to be paid in food, and occasionally she'll ask me to buy people, so be careful.
Well,
Huh,
that's
buy
okay. We
people!
like-
I look at some random old granny. I want to buy her!
Sure, Andros.
Yay!
So now you guys are on. He takes you to the Harry Henny, and it's basically this beat up brown. What are those? What's the galleons?
I just, sorry, I just imagined Chris just walking over to like this dude and his grandma just being like, "I'm so sorry, here's 100 gold, I'm buying your grandma, bye."
Send them back to the kingdom.
Yeah.
What am I supposed to do? Oh, just live the good life.
You just ha 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 the whole time. So yeah, you guys are now gonna work on a pirate ship, which is gonna be a lot of strength and dex.
Great, I'm gonna fail 90% of those.
And maybe the occasional constitution to see if you guys have seasickness. But I'm gonna stop right there for now so I can think of more ways to come up with comical insanity.
Okay, so this is where we're ending for today?
Yeah, sure. After all, it would be funny to in the next game to have like Andros go against what? Some sort of sea creatures?
Well, she can make us all able to breathe underwater.
That would be hilarious. But we'll save that for next time.
Where'd Zal go?
He left because game's over.
The game's